right before the movie Woodstock. Chicago at the Fillmore West, which was their biggest record, so it was huge. And the last one I'm going to tell you about, because there were so many, is we were actually stuck in Lodi with Creedence Clearwater, and we really were stuck in Lodi. Our car broke down. So that's where Lindsay and I really learned a lot of this, and were able to walk into Fleetwood Mac fairly easily. In those days, you were 8th on the bill, better than nothing, and the perk was you got to stand on the side of the stage and soak in all this amazing stuff that these artists were doing and learn from them. So we did, and we got as much of it as we could get. And while this was all happening, we were making pretty good money. I was going to college still, insisted on by my parents, and I got to keep this particular money. I saved it up. And I heard about this amazing store in downtown San Francisco that was called the Velvet Underground. And this is where all the rock and roll women, and I'm starting to remember back, some of the rock and roll men went to get their clothes. They could afford it. So I thought, I'll save my money for, a couple months, and then I'll go up there and I'll buy something. So I go up there and I find this store, and I walk into this store, and I think it's going to be a bigger store. It's a tiny little store, and it's full to the rafters with the most amazingly beautiful things. And I stood there on this gorgeous hand-painted floor and said, I can't afford anything here. I don't even have to look. I know that there's maybe one thread of something I could walk out of here with. But what I realized was I'm standing on this hand-painted floor where I'm pretty sure Janis Joplin stood, and Grace Slick stood, and most possibly Joni Mitchell stood, and it was endless possibilities. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm having like a premonition.